Hello, it's Classy here, back with another Tribes video, and today we got some new leaks from the official Tribes Twitter. It was today at 1 a.m. EST, and they posted two cut off images from the next two units. But again, usually these units are pretty easy to guess, so this time it's pretty obvious that the left one is Orochimaru with his new hairstyle from Boruto, and then the right one will be Mitsuki in the samurai armor. So these two characters are from the Boruto episode where Orochimaru was fighting Log, and then Mitsuki came in with his Sage mode. And for those of you who didn't watch Boruto, it's basically that Orochimaru was hunting down one of his failed experiments. Like Mitsuki is the successful one, and then he was fighting one of the old ones, which was Log. It's basically like a Mitsuki clone, but slightly failed. So yeah, there's not really too much to say about the specific context. I definitely recommend watching the episode because it's a really nice fight, and I'll put up some clips here as well. But basically we have Orochimaru Boruto version and then Mitsuki Sage mode. For the abilities and the types, Orochimaru in that episode, he paralyzed Log with his snake poison, so I think he's going to have a sword attack where he can paralyze whoever he targets, probably like a single target paralyze. And just because I said that, I think he's probably going to be pretty good. Usually characters with single target paralyzes are pretty good. And since the old Orochimaru had silence, I'd be interested to see a silence also on his skill 2. So a silence plus a paralyze is better than a silence plus a confuse. So I think this Orochimaru could actually be kind of nice. Mitsuki obviously has Sage mode. I don't specifically know the attack names off my head for these two, so I'm just going to say it has something to do with Sage mode. And as for types, since the last two banners were A and T, I think one of these two is going to be a D unit for sure. And I'm going to say that Orochimaru is going to be the D unit. I really want to see a D unit with paralyzed silence. Something like that. Something that messes with your opponent's unit when you target them. Mitsuki, I don't want him to be a T unit really. I think he could be an A unit instead. They've been releasing a lot of T units. I get that, but yeah. And for the rarities, based off of the artwork, I think that Orochimaru is going to be the SR and Mitsuki is going to be the UR. That makes sense in my opinion because we haven't had a UR Mitsuki yet. We've only had a rare one. And for Orochimaru, we already had the SR version and then the UR version also. So it makes more sense that he gets the SR so we can have a UR Mitsuki. Overall, I'm actually really surprised about this banner. Not necessarily the units, because we were talking about these two coming together at one point, but the fact that they returned back to double unit banners. I was expecting another single unit to follow up Six-Tail Naruto, and then we go back to the regular double unit banner schedule. But it looks like they're going back now. And I'm really happy about that because, again, for people who don't spend money or who don't spend a lot of money in this game, having a double unit banner is always better because if you get shafted, you can always get the other unit for free, and then you can build them up using your fragments. Especially if you're high enough level, you can build them basically to 5 or 4 star, depending on if it's a UR or SR from 1 star. And also if it's an SR, obviously you want to save those fragments until you pull him, from another summon. So that way you can insta 5 or 6 star him with all those frags instead of building him up from 1 star. And all this, again, depends on how good they are. I'm expecting at least one of them to be good. I'm not too knowledgeable in like Sage Mode, Mitsuki, and what he can do, but for Orochimaru, I'm expecting some good stuff. And here's another thing that I'm interested about. They released these leaks now, even though I'm pretty sure the flashback genealogy event for Six-Tail Naruto has like 4 days left. So my prediction is they're actually going to release this banner tomorrow. And they didn't announce a maintenance or anything, but it's possible they hid these characters inside of the code already, because they had a 4-hour-long maintenance. They could have added a ton of characters at once, and then they unhide them in the code. So if they drop the banner tomorrow, that'd be great, to be honest. The reason I'm predicting this is because they usually don't do leaks like 4 days earlier. It doesn't really make sense. And also, if they drop the banner tomorrow and then give it 16 days, it should put us back on schedule, because the power rankings end tomorrow as well. So the schedule should be back to normal. And finally an Abyss, maybe even a new level for Abyss, because everybody's been beating floor 30 with the Akatsuki tribe strategies. So yeah, stay tuned. I gave you guys my predictions. Hopefully this banner drops soon. Hope you enjoyed the video, and good luck on your polls.